Have you ever listened to a song that perfectly describes how you feel? Maybe you're crying. Maybe you're excited. Maybe you're working out. Somehow, the right song amplifies your emotions, whatever they may be. It makes everything you're feeling more vivid and more alive. Hello, I'm Patty, and today I'll explain how our brains interpret the sound waves of a song and convert them into emotional experiences. We all listen to music on walks, while studying, driving, or especially when we need comfort. But few of us realize that every beat, every chord, every lyric set off a beautifully complex series of action in the brain. By the end of this video, you'll understand how the brain 1. Organizes and processes the sound of music. 2. Connects the sound of music with emotion and reward. And 3. Links it to memory and mood, creating that powerful emotional response we all experience while listening to music. When sound enters your ear, it travels as vibrations through the ear canal, turning it into electrical signals. Those signals reach your auditory cortex, which acts like the brain's music mixer. It sorts rhythm, pitch, melody, and harmony so they all make sense together. But here's the interesting part. The brain does not just receive music, it's predicting it. As neuroscientist Peter Vuust and colleagues in 2022 explain in Nature Reviews Neuroscience, our brains use something called predictive coding, constantly guessing what's coming next. The next beat drop, melody progression, or chorus climax. That is why we love the tension and release of songs. When the drop hits exactly when we expect it to, our brain receives a hit of dopamine. When it surprises us in just the right way, even more dopamine. Dopamine is the brain's feel-good chemical. It is what makes us feel pleasure and motivation, and music releases a lot of it. Once the brain recognizes this organized sound, it sends signals deeper into the emotional and reward centers. And that is where the feeling begins. Inside your brain, a few key areas light up. The amygdala in red on this brain diagram is your emotion hub. It detects how the music feels: happy, sad, tense, or peaceful. The nucleus accumbens in light yellow right above the amygdala, part of your reward system. It releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical, the same chemical involved in pleasure, motivation, and even love. And then your motor cortex in blue starts firing too, which is why your foot might tap or your head might nod automatically. As neuroscientist Daniel Levitin in 2006 explains in his book, This Is Your Brain on Music. In his chapter 6, he explains the link between movement, reward, and sound as ancient. It evolved to help us survive. Think about the rhythm in walking. Left, right, our heartbeat, blub-dub, 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 or communication. So music taps into very primal circuits. Imagine if I were to talk very monotone for the rest of this video. It would not hit the same as me highlighting some points or minimizing them. So, visual cue. This is where I'm going to show my brain diagram again, highlighting the emotional and reward areas. And because emotion and memory are so connected, the music we hear doesn't just feel good, it sticks. Now, music reaches the hippocampus, which handles memory, and the amygdala again, which colors those memories with emotions. That's why a few piano notes can take you straight back to middle school or remind you of a person you loved instantly. Because it's not just nostalgia, music actively changes our physiology and our chemistry. Research shows it can lower cortisol, our stress hormone, or increase arousal when we need energy. So when you turn on a sad song after a breakup or an upbeat one to get motivated to work out, your brain is literally regulating and changing its chemistry. It's not weakness or coincidence, it's biology doing its job. Studies reviewed by Vuust et al. In 2022 show this interaction between auditory, emotional, and stress regulation systems, explaining why music can reduce anxiety or amplify joy. So, how can we sum this all up? Music starts as air vibrations, becomes neural signals, and ends as emotion. It activates your auditory cortex to find patterns, your emotional centers to feel meaning, and your memory networks to make it personal. Every time we listen, our brains are performing a symphony of electrical and chemical activity, a perfect harmony between sound and the self. So the next time a song gives you chills or makes you cry, remember, that's your brain composing emotion in real time. Music doesn't just play to us, it plays through us. Thank you so much. Again, I'm Patty, and thank you so much for listening to this video.